Ali, great to have you here. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Excited to be here.
Do you want to share any thoughts on the tech landscape right now and the market sell-off that we're seeing, the bad reaction to earnings? What's running through your brain?
Yeah, I think what's happening, it's two things, right? On the one hand, it's the macroeconomy, which, has been going, it's been sort of turbulent over a long period of time, and it seems to be now come to an end where, we see it on the job market and people are seeing it on inflation and, the 10-year coming down and so on. And on the other hand, we have AI. So people are very excited. They know that it's going to absolutely change the whole world. And then huge investments have been done by the hyperscalers in AI. But for us as a company, we've been investing in data and AI for 10 years. And, we see steady growth of revenue and customers getting value out of it. But there's been huge deployment of capital. So people are saying, is the ROI going to be there right away or not? So that's the big question. But I think AI is going to be amazing. It's going to continue providing value. The question is, does it justify the massive investments that we saw just in the last year? And what's going to happen, especially if demand comes down now with what's happening in macro?
Hold on to your trading hats. NVIDIA, one of the most acclaimed tech juggernauts, is in the spotlight again. Known for its cutting-edge AI chips that dominate the market, NVIDIA's shares have been on a roller coaster ride. Just when investors were latching onto the promise of its game-changing Blackwell chip, news broke. Potential delays due to a rumored design flaw could set the company back by at least 3 months. Leading tech behemoths like Microsoft, Alphabet, and Meta Platforms have placed monumental orders for these AI marvels. But if the rumors hold true, what does this mean for NVIDIA's stock trajectory? Let's break this down. But first, if you want to keep up with NVIDIA's latest updates and keep up with the stock market's latest news, you can follow our Twitter account. We post multiple times daily about the biggest changes and catalysts in the market, so click the follow button if you don't want to miss the newest market updates. Now, back to today's video.
Let's turn now to a big story here this week. We're taking a closer look at the tech trade. NVIDIA is the next big test for the market when you take into account earnings. But as it stands right now, you got to look at the moves that we've seen in NVIDIA today and this week. Taking a look at today's moves, you're looking at another day of losses off nearly 7%. As it stands right now, when you take a look at tech overall, the NASDAQ 100 is down more than 5% this month, meaning that August is already tracking for the worst month of the year. And we're only in day 2 of the trading day here for the month of August. So here to discuss what's ahead for tech, we want to bring in Ayoka Yoshioka, Senior Portfolio Manager at Wealth Enhancement Group. It's great to have you, Ayoka, and thanks so much for taking the time to join us here this morning. I'm curious, we can start with NVIDIA because that certainly has been a wild, volatile ride here this week. I think the initial read on some of these big tech earnings reports was that the spending that's planned here for AI, that is actually viewed very positively here for names like NVIDIA. But since then, we've seen some selling action. So I'm curious what your big takeaway from this week's crazy week that has been is so far.
It's been definitely a much more volatile week than we are used to in markets. But we, started, I think, July with the VIX at 12. And so, perhaps markets were a little bit complacent, going into earnings season here. And so, now that we've had a good look at many of the tech earnings, we did see that spend and most likely going to NVIDIA for their GPUs. However, sentiment and the earnings bar was very high going into earnings season. And I think you're seeing a lot of that sort of come out just because expectations were very high. And the reports were okay, but nothing great.
In the high-stakes world of stock investing, NVIDIA has been a rock star. The company has delivered triple-digit earnings driven by unparalleled demand for its AI chips. Their flagship offering, the H100, is the crown jewel in AI training and inference applications. But with Gartner predicting that AI spending will surpass $97.9 billion in 2023, competition is stiffer than ever. Rivals like AMD and Intel are revving up their engines to cut into NVIDIA's market share. Let's dive deep. NVIDIA's Blackwell architecture promises a seismic shift in AI technology. Its newly designed B200 AI chip was all set to revolutionize data centers, improving performance, reducing costs, and augmenting security. NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang was brimming with confidence, pledging significant revenue from Blackwell this year. However, according to a scoop from The Information, NVIDIA recently informed Microsoft and another pivotal cloud customer about a probable delay due to a design flaw. Now, NVIDIA stands at a crossroads, trying to navigate through potentially choppy waters. Imagine the predicament for NVIDIA, teetering on the edge of tech innovation but facing a possible reputational hit. Oh, the stock market drama. As one financier sarcastically quipped, NVIDIA's stocks are behaving more like a high school romance than a tech investment. One moment they're riding high, the next drenched in tears. While NVIDIA's email to Reuters attempted to paint a stable picture, pointing out that Hopper demand remains robust and the Blackwell sampling has already commenced, such reassurances still leave investors on edge. It's like announcing, the ship is slightly off course, but worry not, folks, the captain isn't drunk. Yet. So does all of this mean that you should completely neglect NVIDIA's stock? Absolutely not. Let's find out why. Hello everyone and welcome back to Investocracy.
Is any dip that we see in NVIDIA still a buying opportunity?
So I think with NVIDIA, you have to be patient and, you don't have to go all in right here, right now. When momentum starts to roll both on the upside as well as on the downside, it tends to continue a little bit. So, for investors, we think you should get comfortable with some of the volatility. If you don't like seeing the stock down 6 to 7% on a daily basis, it shouldn't be something that, you should put in your portfolio. However, the long-term aspect, and again, depending upon your time frame, it could be a great opportunity simply because, AI has very long legs, especially as so many companies are investing in what the potential could be with AI.
Before completely writing off NVIDIA, let's focus on some positive news. Heavyweights like Microsoft, Alphabet, and Meta placing multi-billion-dollar orders for NVIDIA's GPUs demonstrate a colossal and unwavering demand. These tech Goliaths rely heavily on NVIDIA's chips despite developing their own AI silicon. This reliance underscores the unparalleled edge NVIDIA retains in delivering top-tier AI hardware, solidifying its position as the industry leader. The elephant in the room is whether this delay will cause NVIDIA's high-profile customers to jump ship. The answer is, quite simply, unlikely. Production delays and minor hitches are the Achilles heel of every pioneering tech firm. Unless such issues become persistent or unresolvable, these temporary setbacks usually don't erode market demand. Big AI customers understand the nuances of groundbreaking tech, and a minor setback isn't enough to deter them from procuring the best AI chips the world has to offer, even if it means waiting a tad longer. NVIDIA's customers are not just any customers. They are the titans of the tech industry who are well-versed in the challenges of cutting-edge technology development. They have the resources and the foresight to see beyond short-term disruptions, focusing instead on the long-term benefits and superior performance that NVIDIA's GPUs promise. In summary, while NVIDIA might face some short-term turbulence due to these delay rumors, the company's long-term trajectory remains buoyant. The tech giants flooding NVIDIA with billions in pre-orders indicate that demand is not waning, but rather is a testament to the trust and expectation placed on NVIDIA's future innovations. Additionally, according to research firm Mordor Intelligence, the global AI chip market is projected to grow at a compound annual growth rate, CAGR, of 37% from 2022 to 2027. This growth potential significantly bolsters NVIDIA's future prospects, providing a strong foundation for continued dominance in the AI hardware sector. Even as competitors develop their own solutions, NVIDIA's deep expertise, innovative edge, and robust market presence ensure it remains the go-to choice for AI hardware. Thus, while short-term delays might cause minor ripples, the overarching narrative is one of growth, innovation, and sustained leadership in the AI hardware industry. So what does all of this mean for every NVIDIA stock investor and enthusiast out there? The answer is simple, so let's wrap it all up. But first, if you made it this far into the video, thank you. These videos take a lot of effort and time to make, so if you enjoyed them, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This goes a long way in helping us grow. That said, back to the video.
The global sell-off intensifying this morning, led largely by tech. Want to bring in Dan Ives, Managing Director at Wedbush Securities. We're looking at the NASDAQ now off about 856 points. Of course, Apple, NVIDIA, some of the big laggards. Dan, what do you make of the sell-off? It's a falling knife at the moment. Do you want to catch the knife?
Yeah, I mean, look, for us, we're navigating investors to this white knuckle moment in terms of looking at the tech names and the winners, what I believe is going to be this AI revolution. Look, there's no doubt that investors over the weekend and today calling, trying to say, is this the end? Is this the end of the tech bull market? I don't believe it is. I believe this is just a massive fear panic that will create the opportunities for NVIDIA, to own Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet. And that's always been our playbook the last 24 years covering tech.
To wrap up, NVIDIA may be experiencing a slight dent in what has otherwise been a bullish journey. The prospective delay in the Blackwell chip poses a short-term challenge, but let's not lose sight of the bigger picture. With unwavering demand from tech behemoths and an unparalleled edge in AI chip advancements, NVIDIA's stock is most likely to rebound and surge over time. Given the current state, NVIDIA's shares might see some fluctuation, but if history and market fundamentals are any indications, these are but momentary blips. Forecasts from analysts predict upward trajectories, with some pegging NVIDIA's stock to reach new highs in the coming years as Blackwell and subsequent innovations anchor their market position. And all of this makes NVIDIA a great buy in the long term, especially if you're aiming for a long-term investment with a notable return. So, fellow investors, what's your take on NVIDIA's current scenario and its future in an increasingly competitive AI chip market? Dive into the comments and share your insights. It's certainly an exhilarating time to be monitoring NVIDIA, offering lessons in market dynamics, tech innovation, and investment strategy. Through the highs and lows, NVIDIA remains an Everest for those brave enough to climb, fueled by vision and sheer technological prowess. Are you ready to join the trek? Now, finally, if you would like to know what companies like NVIDIA have been up to these past few days, go ahead and click on the next video on your screen. See you there.